Hey everybody, Mike Guillaume, Sons of a Pitch Soccer Podcast, Liga MX, Jornada 1, Week 1, Santos Laguna, Cruz Azul, getting underway just this second. Nick, how you doing tonight, my man?
What's up, brother? It's great to see you. It's great to be watching some live soccer once again. And personally, I'm really looking forward to learning a lot more about the Liga MX, about their clubs, their players, and who's going to be the next big export to the MLS next season. No, just
there you go.
Get ahead of ourselves. Let's enjoy this game here. Santos and Cruz Azul, Mike.
Absolutely, yeah. Two teams that could be fighting it out. Santos, maybe not a championship contender quite yet, but Cruz Azul definitely could be in that conversation. So we're here to have some live soccer on TV and hang out with you guys, chatting all things Liga MX, MLS, everything like that. Before we get started, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our awesome soccer content. We're going to be going live on all kinds of different games throughout the offseason, as well as once MLS kicks back up, we'll be doing that again too. So lots of good stuff. Also, make sure you guys hit a super chat over in the chat, the live chat. You guys can get a super chat going and get your chat recognized and get a shout out. Not to mention, we will also be holding the top donation list over here for this matchup. So whoever gets on the board with a donation, your name's going to be right here on my screen for everybody out there to see. So make sure you guys hit that either through the Cash app, where you can scan our QR code or enter in our cash tag, $ SOPSoccer, or send a super chat through YouTube. Now that we're monetized, we've made it, man. We made it. We're over the 1,000 subscribers. Finally, we've got a drawing coming up in our next episode for that $250 Visa gift card challenge that so many people subscribe to get a chance at. We'll be doing that Monday night, tomorrow night. But we've got some soccer going on here. Let's talk a little bit about the lineups so you can see them just down here below me. I've got the lineup scrolling across the bottom. Cruz Azul, their starting lineup is Jesus Corona in goal, Aguilar, Escobar, Dominguez, Rivero, Baca, Romo, Yoshi Yotun, Alvarado, Pineda, and Rodriguez. Now, Santos Laguna, I couldn't find a good graphic for those guys out there. So no graphic for them from Twitter tonight. So if you're a Santos fan, send us over a graphic in the chat for everybody to see. If you even can send a picture in the chat, I don't know. But right now, Cruz Azul in possession of the ball. They took a long shot, kind of flexed the goalkeeper there a little bit. Santos Laguna now gets a free kick in their own half, tries to take it quickly, but the ref pulls it back. Don't know too much about both of these teams. We did the Cruz Azul game in the Champions League against LAFC, so we kind of got to see a little bit of them and how they roll. As far as Santos, don't know a whole lot about them. I do know that they just in the offseason, their star striker, Julian Furch, went over to Atlas. So that was like the face of their franchise is now gone. But they've got a couple decent players that they've got in the lineup tonight, and we'll see how they do in this one. So, Nick, what are your thoughts here? Liga MX looks like we got our first card out here. We've got a yellow card against Santos Laguna just to start things out here in the 4th minute against Osejo. And what do you think? You ready to have some fun with Liga MX lives? And
absolutely, man. Being exposed to a different style of play, and butchering a whole new set of names, mispronouncing things, like I'm ready for it. But no, really, I'm excited to learn a lot more about Liga MX as we start doing a lot more coverage of this league, because it's the US's biggest rival, and you're going to get to see some of the best players that Mexico has on showcase here in Liga MX. Now, I don't know how many Mexico international players, Mexican national team players are on either of these clubs, but I do know Cruz Azul has been one of the better clubs in Liga MX over the last, I don't know, however many years here. I don't think they've ever gotten over that hump of winning the trophy for the last, decade plus or something like that. So they've kind of got a little bit of a monkey on their back as far as that goes. But they're an excellent club. We see them in CONCACAF Champions League. We've seen some of their players, I think, even make the move to MLS after successful careers with Cruz Azul. So great to learn a lot more about this. And I'm just looking over their rosters here, trying to see if any of these names stand out at all. And as far as the Santos roster, nothing really jumps out at me like anybody I know. So I don't know if there's any players, Mike, that you think we need to key on in this game, or if there's any players that our American soccer fans would be familiar with or might be able to pick out of a lineup here.
Not too sure. I know Otero for Santos Laguna is a good player. He just had a good shot there for Santos. Yeah. Hey, we got a couple people jumping on here. Rocky has joined us. Rocky, how you doing, my man? Thanks for jumping on with us as well. We've got Luis. He's on as well. SOP is the best. Jay Jardine, Cameron Young, Jose Hernandez. What channel is this about? I don't know if you're asking about our channel. We are a soccer podcast, mostly American soccer as well. We've got, Liga MX stuff. Or if you're talking about what channel is the game on, it's on FS1 here in the United States. As far as Mexico, I'm not sure. And wherever else, I don't know. But we also got Hyde Hager on. Ryan Anderson has jumped on as well. And we got our first super chat, ladies and gentlemen. First super chat ever for Sons of a Pitch Soccer. Shar Kaufman, congrats on 1K. Thank you very much, Char, however you say it there. And really appreciate that. You will be updated there for the top donation so far. Anybody else that wants to get in on that, do it there. Jose Hernandez, I meant the YouTube channel. Yep, we are a all-American soccer podcast. We do picks and predictions. We do live stream reactions. We do all kinds of stuff. Different stadium episodes, World Cup episodes, USMNT. We're digging into the Liga MX now in this offseason, and hopefully doing a little more Liga MX stuff going forward. Kind of all CONCACAF. So
here we go, Mike. 7th minute. We got a little payback here. Another yellow card issued. This time against Cruz Azul. Looks like a pretty rough challenge coming in. Just kind of lays the player out even before the ball gets there. I mean, maybe not the most vicious tackle, but the way the game has already started, you can see the officials trying to make sure that this doesn't get out of hand early. So both teams now with the yellow, and Santos with a dangerous free kick here. They could swing a ball in or out and make the goalie come off their line. We'll see how they end up taking it.
Yeah, so just taking the free kick here and goes out of play. Nothing doing on that free kick to the back post. And we'll have a goal kick here for
that was a terrible free kick. That went over everybody. I mean, that barely stayed in bounds.
Here's a chance now for Cruz Azul. Back heels into the path. And here's a chance on goal. Shoots, and it's blocked nicely by the central defense of Santos. But it has not been cleared as of yet. A long shot from the box. And it looks like the keeper gets his fingertips on it to push it wide for a corner. Acevedo there with a beautiful save on that shot by Baca. Great save there.
So, Mike, we've had a couple questions, too, about, who do you think is going to win, score lines, things of that nature. What did you say in your picks and predictions here? Why don't you set us up with that, and what do you think is going to play out?
Yeah, so in this one, this is a tough game to call. I think Cruz Azul, obviously, it was a little rough there for them in CCL, losing their coach with the collapse that they had in the Apertura playoffs. So a new season for them. They've got a new coach now. Maybe that helps them. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Santos, a good squad, nothing. Not a top contender in Liga MX.
Sure.
So that's kind of tough. I'm leaning towards the draw in this one. If anything, I'm thinking maybe Cruz Azul because they get that bounce, right? They've got the new coach, and they've got that new freshness of the new season since that collapse in the playoffs.
For sure. So you look at in the Apertura, you had Cruz Azul finishing 4th and Santos Laguna finishing 8th. So if that tells you anything about them, but I'm sure these teams have made some moves, especially the coaching change for Cruz Azul. And right now, this is only their second game of the current session, the Clausura. So you look at Cruz Azul, they played to a draw. Santos Laguna played to a draw. Not 1-1 and 0-0 in those games. So neither team is off to a blazing start here as they only start their second game during this season. But I think
another good chance here for Cruz Azul as Escobar sends a cross into the box, low cross, and the keeper Acevedo again gets his hands to it and gets it out of play for another corner kick here for Cruz Azul.
So Cruz Azul already making the Laguna keeper working a bit here, Mike. And I think your stream is a few seconds ahead of mine, so you cut me off when you need to update us on all the action. But what I was saying about my kind of prediction for this one, I think this is Cruz Azul's game. I think they will take the win here. I believe they're a better side. I believe they have a lot to prove this season, and I think they're going to get it done early here against Santos Laguna. They've been keeping the pressure on early here as we're into the 10th, 11th minute. So I think they're going to get a goal within the next 10 minutes or so.
All right, so everybody in the chat, let us know what your prediction is for this game, scoreline, and who you think is going to win. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to give up on the draw, even though there's been enough draws here in the first few games of Liga MX first week. But I'm going to go with a 2-1 victory for Cruz Azul. That is my guess on this one. Nick, what do you think? What's your take on this game?
Well, I think 3-1 Cruz Azul. I think they're going to get an early goal here and bag a couple. That's my prediction, mostly because I want to see some goals, right? It's been a while since we've seen a lot like a really high-scoring game here. I was watching the Pumas game the other day. I was really disappointed that neither of those teams could find the back of the net, despite all the opportunities that were created there. So I'm hoping to get caught up on my goal quota tonight, courtesy of Cruz Azul here. And did you get to Jose Hernandez's comment here on the chat?
I did.
He says, make sure we look at Acevedo and Doria, who came over from League One. So
there you go.
Thanks, Jose. Great advice, good scouting report, and we'll definitely keep an eye on those guys. Doria, the Brazilian, that I do know.
Yeah, and then Jose also gives his prediction here, 2-1 Santos. So good call there. Let's see how this goes. Now we've got Cruz Azul in possession here in the box, or this is just a replay of the cross in by, I believe it is Escobar that I just mentioned, and the save there from Acevedo. So here's some open play cleared out by Cruz Azul. It'll be a throw in for Santos Laguna. Nice throw all the way down into the corner, and Santos looking to cross something into the middle of the box. Goes back wide, right along the touchline, gets deflected, and almost goes out, but he keeps it in. Nope, doesn't keep it in. It's a throw. So it's a throw in now for Santos in the attacking half. Toluca and Kataro had a handful of goals today as well. Yep, that one had a few goals in it. And as well, Tigres and Leon the other night, last night, I believe, which we were going to be live for, but again, schedules getting screwed up. But whatever, it is what it is. So some of the players in: Isihara, Geraldinho, Avila, and Otero for Santos Laguna, and out is Furch, Sandoval, and a couple other guys that just missed their names here as the graphic went away on Fox Sports 1. Hey, Raymond
Rankin, yes,
as well. He comes in and says a lot of MLS fans remember Santos Hercules Gomez used to play, scored a lot of good goals against MLS teams in CCL. Yes, he did. That Hercules Gomez was a part of Santos, at least when TFC played him in the Champions League here. So Good call on that, Raymond. Thanks for jumping on with us. And as well, Rocky says he thinks Cruz Azul is going to win. Also, the Timbers signed Felipe Mora from Pumas for 2021. All right, there you go. So Felipe Mora sticking around in Portland. Thanks for that news there, Rocky. And Cruz Azul now on the break in the midfield, looking to set something out wide to the left. And it almost goes out of play, but kept in, kind of slowed it down enough for Santos to cut it off. But lost possession there and gives it right back to Cruz Azul. And was going to be a throw in there for Cruz Azul. Nice defensive work by Santos Laguna down the left-hand side. All right, so a couple chances for both teams. It's kind of gone back and forth. Cruz Azul has definitely had the more of the chances so far. Nick, I lost you, man. Looks like one of our connections is rough. Looks like it's probably mine, the way my screen's bumping around here. But here's the throw in now. Santos in possession. There he is.
My internet went out. Because what else could go? What else could happen in modern times, right? All the insanity. Finally sit down to watch a full 90 of Liga MX play, and my internet goes out. Go figure, right?
Hey, there you go.
So here, we're back.
We're back. So possession in this one so far, 63-37 for Cruz Azul. And at the moment, we have a Santos Laguna throw right at the halfway mark. And it's taken away nicely by Cruz Azul, but then given right back. And here comes Santos switching it over to the other side. Now back into the middle. Man, I can barely tell these players' numbers for Santos Laguna with their jerseys. Pretty sharp jerseys, but man, I can't tell any of these numbers, and I have no idea who the hell these guys are.
Well, that's why we're doing it here, Mike. We're gonna get to know these guys. I mean, I was just saying, I saw Cameron Young's comment, and he's here to look at the keepers, and we all know the Cruz Azul keeper.
The nice cross in, and there's going to be a corner kick for Santos. A real nice chance there for Santos Laguna.
And us American fans, we know Jose Corona. We know him as the Mexican national team keeper who has come up big against the red, white, and blue on a number of occasions. So that's at least one name American soccer fans can be familiar with.
Yep, that's for sure. And they called an offside, so instead of a corner, it's an offside and a free kick for the keeper there, and for Santos, or is it for Cruz Azul? Excuse me.
There you go. Orlin Pineda.
Yep, just barely offside there. Nice cross in by Otero, and Valdez was there, but just slightly offside. Long free kick up here, and Santos back in possession. Nice run there by Otero, but he gets cut off at the last second there by Escobar and almost gives it away. Oh, boy, he did give it away. The keeper goes to dive on it, can't get to it, and finally cleared out. Oh, man, that was some ugly play at the back by Cruz Azul. They're looking for a penalty kick. I don't know if they're going to get one. They might, the way that keeper dove after that ball.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if the referee actually called that a penalty, because it does look like the keeper just dove and flailed about. And, if he got the ball, he got the ball. If he got the man, he got the man. That was kind of his approach to trying to clear his own mistake. But you're right, desperate defending, good pressure from Santos Laguna. And I take a second look at it here on the replay. It does look like the Santos striker kind of threw himself over the Cruz Azul keeper, not exactly drawing a foul, just kind of throwing himself down there. But they've still got the ball. There's still pressure in here, Mike.
Yep, absolutely. Here they show the replay again. Keeper kicks it with his knee. Then Osejo gets his foot to it, and the keeper dives for the ball, and Osejo trips over the keeper diving for the ball, and the keeper never got to the ball. Dominguez had to come in and clear it out. So to me, looking at those replays, looks like a penalty to me. Jan Stepp, he says, go Sounders. All right, Jan Stepp, thanks for jumping on with us, and good luck to the Sounders in the upcoming season. And here we got Cameron Young, keeper risk diving in like that. Player could take massive advantage if the ref is in a blind spot to give the PK. Agreed. Heithager says should have been a PK. So I'm thinking
I don't know. I'm okay with the no call. The more I see the replays, the more I see the Santos striker kind of leaping over the keeper there. But Liga MX does have VAR, so
yeah,
it might have been one of. I don't know exactly if the rules are the same, though. I'm sure the VAR rules for any FIFA sanctioned league are pretty similar. But they could have taken a look at that and either awarded a penalty or
back post there. Otero with a great cross in from the left and finds a Santos boot, but it cannot get put home there. I believe it's is it Valdez again? Yeah, Valdez. Otero has been linking up with Valdez. Otero making some good crosses in from the left, and man, that he's getting some work in over there, Otero. But I think he's the player to watch for me. He's probably, I think, the best player on Santos Laguna right now. So yeah, that's my pick, and I'm sticking with it.
All right, Mike. Well, how have your picks been thus far from your first ever attempt at the Liga MX picks and predictions?
Not good. Not good. Not good at all. But whatever. What? It's the first time for everything, right?
Exactly. And now here we got Cruz Azul comes back down with a good little spell of possession, causing just a little bit of panic along the back, and then it's cleared all the way back to the Cruz Azul keeper. So this is really starting to become kind of a back and forth game here, Mike. Early dominance by Cruz Azul has been leveled out by some good defensive pressure by Santos Laguna, as now Cruz looks to break as we approach the 20-minute mark here. So what are you seeing? What do you think that Cruz Azul or Santos has done to get a little bit more pressure and get a little more control of this game?
Oh, they're just working through Otero. That's all I can see is he's kind of making the difference right now for Santos Laguna, and he's a threat on the counter, which they're trying to do here after the throw in from Cruz Azul gets taken away there by Santos, but then given away. And here comes Cruz Azul down the right-hand side with some pressure now. A nice little no-look pass into the box. And I believe, who is that? Number 7 for Cruz Azul. Romo goes down in the box way too easy. Torres with the slight tackle, not a penalty at all. Yeah.
I mean, that's one of those where the ball got away from him. It was going out. He's just going to throw himself down on the ground and see maybe he can get a call. Absolutely no contact there. In fact, it looks almost like he tripped over himself. That's got to be a little embarrassing, especially if he's going to scream in pain like that. So, yeah, total no call. That's for sure.
Yep. All right, here comes Cruz Azul now over on the left-hand side. Yotun in possession, goes back to his wingback Rivero, and then Rivero sends it almost back to the keeper, but to the center back, Dominguez. And now Dominguez in possession, looking for something in the middle. Here comes Cruz Azul now, building up that possession. They've been getting some good possession in this one. They were lead 63-37 earlier. I think it's going to be a little bit less than that now, maybe like 58-42. It's probably what I'm guessing right now. But Cruz Azul in control.
Sure. Hey, speaking of MLS and American connections, Yoshi Yotun there for Cruz Azul, formerly spent 2 seasons with Orlando City. A guy I liked watching play. He always had to keep an eye on him because you knew he could do something special. He didn't do enough of those special things for Orlando City, but nonetheless, it was great to watch. I just remember him being a pretty exciting player when he had the opportunity to be. So we'll see if he can come up and do something big here for his new team, Cruz Azul.
Absolutely. On the counter with Drew Pels and Francisco Flores. Guys, nice to see you.
Hey,
go check out On the Counter podcast over on YouTube. They've got a YouTube channel here as well. Check out their podcast. They apparently like Liga MX as the best league in North America. We disagree with you, but results definitely show, right? So thanks for jumping on with us, guys, and everybody go give a like and a subscribe to On the Counter podcast over there. All right, here's Santos now with a throw-in deep in the Cruz Azul zone. Long throw into the box. I don't know who he was heading that ball to, but it went right to the Cruz Azul player. And Santos back in possession, but they're calling offside. And on the header, back to whichever player it was. But
yeah, I mean, they're pretty tight on these offside calls here, Mike. It looks like they're getting them right, but they're almost as tight as that sideline official shorts over there, the way he's calling it. That was, whew.
Yeah, there you go.
If you want a visual here, we're gonna really bring you into what this game is. Tight calls and tight shorts. That's what we got going on here. Santos Laguna, Cruz Azul. Yikes.
Oh man, yeah, I noticed that myself, and I'm like, wow, why don't you just wear like a pair of spandex over there on the sideline? But hey, to each his own, man. Maybe it helps him run better. I don't know.
Who knows, man? It's not pro referees, but that's for sure.
Truth. Throwing now for Cruz Azul. Doria plays the ball out for Santos Laguna, and here comes Cruz Azul now. Gets a free kick on the Cruz Azul player. Romo gets the foul called, and Santos will have a free kick. I'm getting a kick out of watching these managers with their masks on. This guy, like, every time they show each coach, they either have, like, every shot, it's different. One time they got the mask on, one time they got it down under the neck, the next time they got it off into their hand, then they've got it on. It's just like, dude, just why do they have to wear these damn masks? Take them, throw them to the side, let them coach.
Well, I mean, we know Santos Laguna sponsors Corona, so for whatever that's worth. But hey, Mike, you were talking possession earlier here in the 24th plus minute. You've got Cruz Azul with about 57% of the possession, Santos Laguna with about 43% of the possession here. So Cruz Azul, definitely that number's skewed to those first 10, 12 minutes or so. But you know what? Both teams have shots on goal. Both teams have a few other shots. Both teams have had some opportunities. They just haven't been able to make the most of them. Now, I thought Cruz Azul was going to score by now. So that prediction of mine, that early hot take, is definitely cool. Is definitely not coming true. Santos Laguna is really starting to settle into this game now. It looks like they're building some possession. They're able to kind of work the ball up the wings a little bit, and they're looking a lot more comfortable, which it was odd because they're the home team here, Mike. They shouldn't be the ones uncomfortable here. So I give credit to Cruz Azul coming out strong and kind of putting the home team on the back foot. But now Santos Laguna has settled in a little bit. They're starting to move the ball around, build some possession. And unfortunately here, they try to kind of switch fields a little bit, play it down the right-hand channel, and a little too much on that pass goes out for Cruz Azul throw-in here, Mike. So what have you seen?
I think that, when you look at it in your analysis there, Cruz Azul is the better team than Santos. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's, and so, yeah, Santos is at home. But again, when there's no fans in the stands, that home field advantage just kind of goes out the window. It's like you're playing, it's just like you're playing at the park. There's no home field advantage, no crowd going. Yes, you're in your comfortable surroundings, which I guess that's there for something, but not worth a whole lot. So you see Cruz Azul, they've got they're the better team. They've got the better players, and they're kind of asserting their will, so to say. Santos hanging in there, doing okay, but I think that is kind of what it attributes to. It's just the amount of talent on each side. Cruz Azul is the better team, and that's kind of why we're seeing what we're seeing. But, yeah, nothing yet. You got to remember, I mean, you look at these Liga MX games are notoriously much lower scoring than the MLS games. So, that's whether that's just a product of the style of play, if it's a product of the defensive talent on the field, you see less scoring in Liga MX. So no surprise that nobody's on the board here 28 minutes into this one. But hopefully somebody breaks one soon here so we can get some scoring and open this game up a little bit more. But it has been a pretty decent game to watch. It hasn't been a real, dud of a game for a 0-0 score.
Yeah, both teams are trying to score that goal. Like, no one is here just to kind of build some possession and poke and prod. Like, they're running their plays. They're rotating the ball around. They're cycling the ball around, as a lot of people tend to say. They are looking for opportunities. They're not just like, well, let's get some possession and see what happens. The one thing I do want to say, as far as the home stadium thing goes, you're right, there's no fans in the stands. But as Santos Laguna, as the home team, probably is more comfortable there, more familiar with, the stadium itself. And Cruz Azul is playing over in they play in Mexico City.
Yep.
Leon. So there's a little bit of travel associated with that. So, for whatever that's worth.
For what it's worth, right?
Yeah.
For what it's worth. But
I don't know what the odds makers are going to give to away teams and home teams in Liga MX, but that's just something to consider as we get into the 29th minute here, at least by my stream. And Santos Laguna again trying to make something happen on the counter. Give Cruz Azul credit; they have kept a very very shapely back line, right? They've got their 4 guys across the back holding that back line again, getting the offside calls, keeping in position, cutting down the passing lanes. Cruz Azul, a solid defensive effort through the first half hour. That's for sure, Mike. What's it going to take to break through, though? What do you expect to see on this first goal?
Well, I'm expecting to see there's some nice build-up play if it's going to be Cruz Azul in possession in that attacking third. If it's Santos, I think it's going to come from the left-hand side through Otero, either getting in on goal or sending across through into Valdez or to their striker. So that's kind of what I'm thinking there. It could happen at any moment. Santos in possession right now, swinging along the back line there, just kind of holding that possession, setting things up. And got the coach screaming and yelling, directing his players all over the pitch. But here comes a chance now for Santos, a shot and right at Corona. And he makes a nice save there on the ball right at him. And easy save there for him. So Osejo, the striker for Santos, with a decent shot from outside the box.
There you go. And again, that possession statistics just keeps hanging around 45-55. So we're seeing this game go back and forth, and we're watching it go back and forth. This isn't just kind of extrapolating out based on some numbers I'm reading. I think that's exactly what we're seeing. Santos will come down, have their opportunity, either turn it over or the keeper will make the save. Cruz Azul comes down, same thing. We're really getting back and forth here. Mike, it's the second game of the season. Do you expect any tired legs as we approach kind of the end of the first half here? Maybe opening something up for either one of these teams?
No, I mean, it's the first game of the second half of the season, right? So it's not, these guys are fine. They've had a couple weeks off now. Cruz Azul since the CCL, and Santos has had even longer than that off. So I think they'll be fine. I think that could be one of the reasons why it's kind of been a little bit slower to materialize into any goals at the moment, just because these guys are, still kind of in their minds, still on that halfway break. But no, I don't think we're going to see any fatigue issues at all.
There you go. Now here we have some other opportunities by Cruz Azul, some good buildup, and now we're getting some shouts from the Santos coach, because as the Santos defender goes to clear it out, he believes that the Cruz Azul player kind of undercut him. But really, that was just two bodies with momentum, right? One of them's going to end up on the ground. So that, to me, that's all that happened. Play on. Let him play. If it was CONCACAF, you would have gotten a yellow for simulation, because that's just CONCACAF. But yeah, let him play. Play on here. Good. Again, good job by the official. A couple early yellows to get things under control, and then he really hasn't had to do too much work since like the 12th minute or so in this one. So 20 minutes of pretty open play here for both of these teams. And so again, some solid officiating work there. I'll tip of the cap to the official crew this game.
Yep, not bad so far. So Cruz Azul back in possession in the attacking half, and now swings it back, and it goes out of play. Horrible pass there on the switch, and Santos will have a throw in. Otero quickly takes it into Valdez, who then goes back, and then goes back, and we've got some 1-2 being played by the central defenders.
Yeah, I feel like you were going into that Simpsons soccer bit there, where it's like he passes it to him, who passes it to him, who passes back to him. Okay, maybe for a minute there. That's not what this game is. We've got an actual pretty exciting game going on here with some good pace. That's for sure, Mike. But you're right. Santos Laguna playing it a lot around the back, looking for their opportunities, trying to pick their opportunities here, though. Seems to me they're favoring that right-hand side of things. I don't know if you'd agree with me on that one.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're trying to pick on a defender over there, or if that's just where their game plan is to their strength. What do you think?
I think that's probably the game plan. That seems to be where they're attacking. Just like Santos is kind of heavy to the left. which as just while we were discussing that there, a good shot there by Otero over from that left-hand side. Now the ball swings all the way back to him, and he's been Santos's brightest player on the pitch, that's for sure. Now Santos pushes it back into the middle, and Otero looks in for Valdez. Back to Otero. Could have been a foul on the end, but ref says play on, and now Santos tries to clear it out to prevent the counter from Cruz Azul and their striker Rodriguez. So clear down now for Cruz Azul. One of their defenders, Luis, says go Fire. Hey, the Fire was some big news. That new logo, that trash logo, will no longer be. So congratulations to Fire fans for speaking up on that horrible logo and influencing Mansueto to redo that.
Yeah, and if you are out there, Luis, make sure you go to the webpage the Fire set up so you can provide your feedback and let them know what you think the new logo should be. It was pretty funny, Mike. They came out right away and they're like, we'll take your submissions, but we're not going back to the old cross. So don't just keep suggesting that we're going back to the old Floridian cross, the old logo. Yeah. So they hired a firm, and the firm that is doing the new Fire logo also did the LAFC logo. So hopefully looking for a more classic look to represent Chicago here. But hey, we're talking Cruz Azul, who actually played in Chicago and had a game against the Fire not too long ago. So there's our connection. We're all good here, Mike. We're going to keep it Cruz Azul Santos Laguna for a bit.
There you go. So Santos sends it up the pitch. Now in possession over on the left-hand side. Ball goes out of play. And Cruz Azul now with a throw-in. 35 minutes into this one. It started out kind of exciting. It's kind of slowed down a little bit here over the last 10 minutes or so. Not as much action as we saw in the first 15 or 20 minutes. So I don't know. These teams just trying to just get into the locker room here 0-0. What are your thoughts?
I think so, Mike. It's you're right. It has kind of turned just a little bit from attack, pace to, okay, let's not get exposed on the counter. Like you saw that in the Santos play that you called, that they were trying to clear it out and kill some time to get back in defensive possession when they turned the ball over in their attacking third. So it looks like they're just being both teams are a little hesitant, but you know what? That could just be this stage of the game. You could see the last 5 minutes go back to attack. Let's try another long ball over the top. You've got Santos right now pressing the Cruz Azul defense. So they're really trying to force those turnovers in the middle third and in their attacking third, Cruz Azul's defensive third. As I see a foul here against Santos Laguna, the defender comes over the top of the Cruz Azul player and gives him a little knock to the head as he tries to take that header out. Actually, does he get him in the head? Oh, it was on the follow. He's falling down and kind of catching him on the side there. But, those are two grown men going for it. There's going to be a little bit of something on that one, that's for sure. But do you think that this game has intentionally slowed down, Mike, or do you think it's just kind of a result of the play so far?
I'm guessing it's a result of the play. I mean, Santos has kind of weathered the storm from Cruz Azul that they put on the first 10 minutes or so. So now it's just kind of back and forth, more feeling out. I don't know. It's not been a very I don't know what word I'm looking for here, but it's just been it's been sloppy, right?
You're right. It's not as crisp, not as focused, I guess.
Right.
Not as direct. Like previously, you'd see Santos. We're gonna bring the ball up the right. If we can't bring it up the right, find Otero on the left and see if he can make something happen. They had a plan. Cruz Azul, they were trying to bring it up the middle and then play the ball into the channels. Kind of getting, like you said, they're getting away from that. It's getting a little sloppy. They're just kind of looking for the next pass instead of trying to set up an offensive opportunity here. Meanwhile, Cruz Azul brings the ball down, turns it over for a goal kick. So I'm here in the 38th minute here, Mike, hoping for maybe a goal to end this half, maybe spark things, force some halftime changes from these teams. But we'll see. It doesn't look like either team has it in them, at least as of the last 5-8 minutes of play we've seen here.
Right. Yeah, it's been pretty weak. the last few minutes, but throw in here for Cruz Azul, not even to a Cruz Azul player. It's cut off by Santos. Then Santos almost gives it away to Cruz Azul. It's just been real choppy here, but ball goes out of play now for a Cruz Azul throw, and not really liking what I'm seeing so far.
Yeah, and again, the throw-ins used to come quickly and crisply and with purpose, and now they're just kind of, all right, let's get set up. Let's take another minute or two. So I don't know. Maybe there are a few legs that are starting to show some signs of fatigue as the first half draws to a close here, Mike. I do chuckle because on ESPN, I have their webpage up here for some box score stats and things.
Yeah,
the key events stat, and so far there's been 3 key events: the kickoff and 2 yellow cards. So that's what they're qualifying as key events right now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's just goals and cards, but either way, that's all we've got right now. 2 cards and a kickoff.
There's a cross in by Cruz Azul, but cleared out nicely there by Santos. And Cruz Azul builds back up, trying to get another cross sent back in. But Santos well organized defensively. Looks like, God, they've got damn near all 11 guys back.
4, 6, 8, 9, yep.
Yeah, so Cruz Azul, of course, then plays it backwards. And Yoshi Otun now in possession right at the halfway mark, twisting and turning, but going the wrong way, and then plays it back to his keeper, Corona, who then boots it back up the field with a nice distribution ball out to the left wing. And that should be a foul. Nope, play on, says the referee. Santos there, nice tackle, at least in the referee's eyes when she was right next to him. So definitely got to take his word for that one. And here comes Santos now down their right-hand side. Ball goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Cruz Azul.
I'm looking at that saying, I don't know, that looked like a foul to me. He came in on the side, probably caught his ankle with it. You're right, though, Mike. The referee is right there. And then when he didn't get the call, the Cruz Azul player just, jumped right back up and tried to get back into play, sprinting. So, yeah, probably not much contact on it.
He got the ball. They just showed the replay. He was on the ball.
Yep.
Good non-call there by the ref. Cruz Azul back in possession. 41st minute now.
And it wasn't one of those plays where the defender gets the ball and then sweeps the leg with it.
Here's a chance now for Cruz Azul. He goes down in the box. Referee just waves him off. Woo. And nothing there. So that was close. This is body to body there in the box. And the Cruz Azul player had positioning there. So I can see why he's pissed off. But as he's being pissed off, Santos comes down the park, and nice defensive play there by Aguilar.
Yeah. And you know what? That was a great opportunity for Cruz Azul, and he just didn't know what to do with the ball. He held onto it too long. He could have laid it off to either player that was running down the wings with him or ripped a shot. And he decided to hold on to it for 1 or 2 more dribbles, allowing the Santos Laguna defender, let's see if I can get a name on there, number 5 there, it looks like Torres, just allowing him to kind of brush him off the ball. No contact. I'm looking. He gets him a little bit in the back. His arm is outstretched, but the Cruz Azul player there is flopping about. No way you're going to convince anyone that is actually a penalty. Had he really tried for it, maybe he gets the call. But right now, Mike, we got a VAR check. Things have stopped here, so maybe they get it back. We'll see how picky VAR is in saying that arm extension was enough for a penalty, and it wasn't like it was a full extension. It wasn't like you hit him in the back. It was, I'm feeling out where your body is, and your momentum took him a little forward here. So we'll see if that is enough for the VAR official to send the head official to the camera. We'll see, Mike.
It's not. There's the answer to your question. It's not, and it shouldn't have been. I mean, that was not a penalty. He didn't extend the arm. If he did extend the arm, I would have said absolutely go, penalty call there. But it wasn't. So now Santos in possession over on the right hand side, plays it back and into the midfield for a foul there on Cruz Azul, where he did have his arms extended. Romo extended both arms and knocked down Gorian.
I gotta say, Baca was pretty vocal there for that should have been a Cruz Azul penalty. Ooh, yeah, that's definitely a foul, Mike. I'm just catching up to that one. Wouldn't surprise me if he pulled yellow, because that looked like a full shove in the back.
Yeah, definitely. Ishihara now in possession, cuts it back to Cervantes. And then they switch over to, I believe it's Doria. He goes up to Prieto and now to Otero. Otero now in possession for Santos, cuts it into the middle, looking for Valdez.
See if we can get something going here.
A nice clearance there by Cruz Azul. 44th minute.
Mike, I gotta say, you're doing just a kick-ass job on the pronunciations here.
Hey, thanks, man.
I don't know if you've been studying these rosters or not leading up to tonight's game, but you're representing it well here, Mike.
I have not. Thank you, sir. I have not, and I need to because, I have no idea who these guys are. That's the one thing I do like about doing the MLS games is, I know just by looking at the player, I know who they are, what positions they're in. These guys, I got to look at the roster and, try and figure it out. But maybe there's a career in broadcasting one day. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll get you on like a Tubi TV or Fubo or something like that. 30 minutes with Mike Guglielmi. Listen to him say foreign names.
Oh, man. All right, so here comes Cruz Azul now in possession. Baca
push.
Final push before the half here to get something done. Can they do anything here? I don't see it happen. I think we're going into the halftime break 0-0. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I'm trying to scout the defense here and see where Cruz Azul might be able to play a through ball or a diagonal to an on-rushing attacker. But Santos Laguna at this point, it almost looked like they had 5 guys across the back. They are not giving any space in the defensive third. They're doing an excellent job manning up along the back line and then having their kind of defensive midfielders there clogging the passing lanes while the rest of the team, their attacking-minded players, kind of press the guys distributing the ball for Cruz Azul. So they're very disciplined on defense. I can see that. So that's what I'm liking here, Mike, as they announce 1 minute of stoppage time here. So.
Yep, Yotun looking for the back post, and Acevedo comes out to grab it, tries to maybe pop his team off on a counter, but no such luck, and he'll hold on to the ball here, send them out, and finally gets it back in as Acevedo drops that long clearance there, and they show the replay of that, but he easily picked it back up, and now Cruz Azul back in possession in their own half. We've got about 15 seconds left till the halftime whistle. And during halftime, we'll take a little bit of a break. Jay Jardim, he says, "You guys are doing good. I'm not familiar with Liga MX at all. Just want to watch some football." Amen, brother. Amen.
Cheers to that.
So here is the halftime whistle. We'll take a short break and hang with us, and make sure you guys send over a super chat and get up and beat Shar there and get a higher donation there during a halftime break. Thanks, everybody. See you in a few minutes. All right, guys, we're back for the second half. Santos Laguna, Cruz Azul, 0-0 second half. Let me add Nick over here onto the stream. Man, boring first half, man. Hoping for the better here in the second half. God, please give us some action.
You know, Mike, there was a lot of fast-paced play within that first 30, 35 minutes or so, but it just didn't translate into great goal-scoring opportunities. And you got to give credit. Both teams were able to keep a great back line, good defensive shape that really helped frustrate the opposing attack here, Mike. But Santos Laguna is out to a good start. They already got the ball in the attacking third, playing some crosses in. Excellent ball to the far post, but they just can't bring it down and get it into a good position to strike it there. So quick start by Santos Laguna, hopefully as the home team. Again, in an empty stadium, what's that worth right now? Well, we can debate that all night. But hopefully as the home team, they're able to come out a little quicker here and maybe take advantage of Cruz Azul just trying to start the second half off, right?
Agreed.
They almost do.
Agreed.
They almost do.
Yep. So Brother BKL has joined us. Thanks for jumping on with us, Brother BKL, as well. Jose Hernandez is back. He was watching the game. Thanks for coming back, Jose, and enlightening us with all of your Liga MX knowledge. And make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of our awesome soccer content, whether that's our regular podcast episodes, picks and predictions, live stream reaction watch-alongs, or whatever else we decide to throw your way here on Sons of a Pitch Soccer podcast channel. Over 1,000 subscribers. We've got super chats. Only one tonight from Char K. Thank you so much for that $5 donation through super chat, and as well to all of our watchers and listeners. Thanks for jumping back on with us here and hanging out, watching some good old footy. Club America. I saw the highlights for Club America during halftime. Was surprised they only beat San Luis by a score of 2-1 at the Azteca. San Luis has kind of been like the laughing stock of the league since they came in, and they usually lose 3-4-5-0, and kind of gave Club America a game there. So next week, looking at a possible Club America game here for our live stream reaction watch-alongs, thinking about Monterrey and Club America on next Saturday night as well. Sunday morning for Liverpool and Manchester United. I think we're going to branch out over to Europe a little bit as well and see if we can't do some fun EPL action as well for our viewers. Early Sunday morning. I know, Nick, you won't be able to make it, but I'll be here, and maybe we'll make it happen. So that's the tentative plan for now.
Right. So as we get back into it here, 2 minutes in, Santos with a good chance to open. Cruz Azul then gets a free kick in the attacking third, goes begging too far past the far post there. So we got both teams with an early opportunity, but just like the first half, nothing of quality, nothing of substance, nothing that really makes you jump up out of your seat and spit your drink out of your mouth saying, "Oh my gosh, golazo." And trust me, if it's a golazo, I'll tell you, because I hate that word, and and it's so overused in broadcasting.
It is.
And it just bothers me so much. But yet, if there is one, I'll give it credit where credit is due. That's for sure. Hey, real quick, some first half stats just for everyone to kind of wrap their heads around. Possession, 54-46 in favor of Cruz Azul. Both Cruz Azul, 6 shots, 2 on goal. Santos, 5-3 on goal there. Each team with a yellow, and not much else to say, Mike. Back and forth game. I expect to see a lot more of that in the second half. And hopefully one team just finds that breakthrough. I don't know much about their full rosters, so I don't know if I could say, hey, this sub's going to come on and look for him to make a difference here. But if you see these teams bringing in subs in the 60th, 65th minute, anything before the 70th, I love it. I love the early sub, the game changer, super sub, if you will. And we'll see what these rosters are made of if those coaches are doing that. So that's kind of what I'm looking for here to kind of see where the ebb and flow of the game is going to go, Mike. And I still think Cruz Azul is going to win this one, but probably not by my aforementioned 3-1.
3-1. Yeah, probably not. But yeah, you never know. This could just open wide open here if somebody gets a goal, and maybe that could happen, but I doubt it. Right. It's funny. So we originally scheduled to do Tigres against Leon, last night. Then we had some cable TV or streaming TV issues, and was like, screw it, we can't get ESPN Deportes. So let's switch it up. Either go with the Friday night game with Tijuana Pumas or this one. We decided to go with this one, and I'm glad that we didn't do the Tijuana Pumas because that game was boring as hell, 0-0. This one is looking like it's heading down that same road. So please do not screw that up. Please, come on. We should have done the Tigres Leon game, but we didn't. I need to see some action here. We need to see some scores. We need to get this chat livened up as well. Yes. Rocky's trying to, if you can't pronounce the names, just say mi hermano. There you go, Rocky. Damn straight. Rocky, who was messaging me on Instagram and said hermano, and then was like, hey, just in case you didn't know, that's brother in Spanish. Come on, Rocky.
Just because Mike's from Canada.
Come on. But hey, let's get this chat started down there. We've got 14 people watching at the moment. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well. We're sitting on 19 likes. Let's get over 20. And thanks for jumping on with us. Ball goes out of play here for looks like it's going to be a corner kick. Is it going to be a corner kick, or will it go for the goal kick?
Again, Santos with a good spell of possession here. We'll see if they can turn it into something. Referee signaling goal kick.
Yep. So here it is, and now we have a throw in for Cruz Azul in the Santos half. And man, it's just slow. They just roll the ball up to him, and then walks it down about 5-10 feet, pulls it back, wipes the ball off again, and then throws it into his guy just to give it away.
I don't know. I think I might just have a bad connection here, Mike. It is looking slow, and I can't tell if it's the play right now or if it's my internet. But I don't know what are these coaches telling them in the locker room here? Like, hey guys, everything you did in the first half, do the same thing.
Now this is something that we don't really understand, Nick, because MLS does just one long regular season. But like I was really expecting more hype out of this for it being the first week of the second half of the season, right? So it's technically a different season. So I'm thinking, these guys are going to come out fired up. There's going to be a lot more just attention to these games, and there hasn't been. Not a huge amount of views on our picks and predictions earlier as well. This game not doing so hot with views. I think we're sitting around 300 or 400 right now. So come on, people. If you're out there, come hang out with us. But, it's like I thought there'd be more excitement around week one of a season. I mean, we blew up in the beginning of the season last year. That's really what started our rise to the monetization numbers was all the team previews. And we'll be back doing those again for all the MLS teams coming up in February, depending on when the hell they decide to start their season. But, I really thought that this game would have more excitement and these players would be more apt to ready to go. And it's just slow. It's just not a whole lot of good action here. So I don't know.
I disagree that it's slow. I think the pace is quick, but as far as like the decision making and the buildup and pulling the trigger on some of these shots, that's one thing I've noticed. These teams who try to play very technical soccer, technical football, who like the intricate passing or whatever, sometimes they take the extra pass when they just need to put a shot on target. And they're trying to get the ball into the 8-yard area, into the 10-yard area. Like, dude, just have a rip. As soon as you hit that 18-yard line, as soon as you cross it, have a rip. And if the defenders are giving you the space from 20 yards out, have a go for it, man. Like, let's get the defense to step up. Let's keep the goalie on their shows. Get a rebound. You never know, Mike. You're a hockey guy. Put the ball on net and put the puck on net. See what happens, right? I just wish that there was a lot more of that in this game right now. I don't know if it's a Liga MX style, if it's how these clubs play, and that's what I'm excited about. Those to learn about this as we continue to watch these Liga MX games.
Yep, Jose Hernandez, he comes in the chat, says, can y'all live chat Atletico San Luis versus Necaxa on Friday? I am a Necaxa fan. I'd appreciate if we get the live chat stream here. Man, I did a Necaxa game last when all the coronavirus stuff was going on, and I have a really hard time pronouncing that team name. How do you pronounce that name? Jose, give me the phonetic pronunciation of Necaxa. Am I saying it correctly? Necaxa? I mean, I don't know.
Make the X and H, Mike.
Hey, Okay, whatever. But Jose, help me out. Give me that phonetic sound there so I can know. But maybe we can do it Friday. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I got a new revived excitement from my wife about the podcast because she really wants to move to Mississippi, and I was like, yeah, I need a job. I have a job here. I can't just move to Mississippi and make the median income in the town she was looking at houses at was like $25,000 a year. I'm like, that's my part-time job. Like I can't live off that. So she's like, you know what? Make your podcast grow and
get that podcast money for your down payment.
Forget the down payment. That's what I'm going to live off of is podcast money. So we got to start building up this podcast and make it grow to that point. We started out with nothing. We made it up to monetizations. We've already started bringing in some money. We're on the right track. We'll get there. So that's the goal. So maybe we'll do 3 lives next weekend. I don't know. We'll see. But thanks, Jose, there for that. He says, X sound is what you need. So Nekaha?
That's how I would say it. But hey, I'm a Greek school dropout who took high school Spanish. Well, you put all that together and you get Nekaha.
All right.
But hey, just don't cut me loose when you get big and famous.
Over on the left-hand side, long cross towards the back post. Centered in and easily taken there by Corona. No danger there.
Yep.
And Cruz Azul with a kick out here by Corona.
Ooh.
And just takes his time, man. Just taking all day.
Oh goodness. And when my stream's at, Mike, I'm watching the replay of Santos's last possession, and again, it's that final touch isn't there. They're getting some crosses in, but it seems like they're just crossing to get a cross off. They're not trying to pick targets out. They're not running either picks or whatever you want to. What do they call it? The weave. If you're playing basketball, there's no overlapping runs, no crossing runs, drawing defenders. They're just kind of throwing people forward and crossing it in, and maybe it'll go in. I don't know, but not what you would call tactical soccer.
No. So hey, we got a couple substitutions here, Nick. Just what you were looking for. A couple subs coming in here. Santos Laguna bringing in Oriancha for Ishihara. And let's see who Cruz Azul brings in. So we got a winger coming off there for Santos. I don't know if who's this guy coming in here? Number 29? Is that 29? It is. So Yoshi Yotun, the MLS holdover, comes out for Jimenez, who is a forward, I believe, for Cruz Azul. And Cruz Azul may be looking to get their foot on the gas to try and get something going here, get something into the back of the net. Santos now with the throw in their own defensive zone, sending it up long, but turned right over to Cruz Azul. Mm-hmm. And here comes the Blue Cross. 31. Who's number 31 for them? Pineda. Sending it over. Now we've got Rodriguez over in kind of that left wing position. Sends the ball into the middle. The header goes up, and Acevedo comes out. No issues to grab that one. And he sends it up the field, but Santos gets a foot on it. It'll be a Cruz Azul throw.
So here you go, Mike. Was that Santiago Jimenez that came in for Cruz Azul?
Yes.
That who I saw. So he's been with Cruz Azul since 2017. His first pro club. Kid's only 19 years old, but yet has 6 goals in 30 career appearances for him. So he could find the back of the net. And man, those 19 teenage legs who've got so many miles ahead of him, expect him to be just running full speed for the next 30 plus minutes here, right? So he's definitely there to bulk up the attack. On the other side of things, in comes is that Orantia, you said? Trevino? Yeah. Coming in for Santos Laguna here. He has been in Liga MX since 2009. His entire career has been there. The 29-year-old, he's listed as a right winger or right back. So this guy definitely has attacking talent. Had a few call-ups to the Mexico youth national teams, but has no appearances for the senior team. But the guy's been all over Liga MX. Stints at at Tigre, Santos Laguna, Puebla, America, Toluca. Like he's been all over the place.
Ooh, a chance here for Cruz Azul. A shot and blocked. Oh, man. Good chance there for Cruz Azul, but it gets blocked by the defender. Not quite off the line, but ends up Acevedo gets his hands on it, sends it back up the park. But good chance there for Cruz Azul. And now Santos in possession, a giveaway. Long shot from outside the box. Golazo. That is a golazo, Nick.
It better be, Mike.
He hasn't seen it yet, but it's a golazo.
Okay, I'll give you the golazo. That was what? 30 yards out? Beautiful.
Yeah, at least 30 yards out on that one. Valdez, their number 10, with just a bomb from outside, beats Corona. What a shot. Yes, you are 100% right, Nick. Golazo is way overused in soccer, but and Rocky says Nick has to see it to be official.
Official. I give it my blessing. Golazo for Santos Laguna. That was a strike, man. And what was I saying just a few minutes ago? Why are you trying to take the ball into the box? Why are you trying to dance it across the goal line? Have a rip if you got the space. And that is number 10 for Santos Laguna, who heeded my advice, communicated to him telepathically throughout the universe, and just with a rip, Mike. You love to see it. You'll love to see it. See, that's something like a guy like me could never do. I was the setup man. You know, I had the assists when I was playing. So to see a goal like that, I even have that much more appreciation for it. So beautiful, beautiful play, Santos Laguna. Thank you for opening this game up. Can't wait to see now how Cruz Azul comes back and tries to draw level here as we are in the 63rd minute tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's, that hopefully opens things up here. Jay Jardim asks if we are doing a pod tomorrow. Yes, we are doing a pod tomorrow. I do have a meeting right before, so we might be delayed a little bit. I'll probably set the stream up for tomorrow night at like 8:30-ish Central Standard Time. But we will be doing that podcast tomorrow, our regular episode. And again, just as a reminder, we will be doing our 1,000 subscriber challenge drawing. Jay, you are definitely entered into that, as well as Rocky and everybody else who's been jumped on with us here tonight. Except maybe Jose, since you came on late. I don't know if you subscribed to us before or if you just subscribed tonight, but everybody who was in before that first 1,000 on that CCL final night, you are into that drawing. I've got all of the subscriber names onto paper and cut up and all into nice little. So now I got to put it into like a shoebox. I'm trying to find something. I don't have like a cool like bucket or anything. I've just got a shoebox from the pair of Fila's my wife got on clearance at Meijer the other day for like $12. So I've got that. We'll do our drawing tomorrow night, and somebody will be $250 richer. I will be $250 poorer, but damn it, I am so excited to be $250 poorer. It's not even funny. So, thanks for that comment there, Jay. Also, Jose says that Necaxa also would be a good live stream because I'm guessing we're both USMNT fans, which we are, and Arce is a USMNT prospect as a starter for the team. So that's a good one. Maybe we will have to do that on Friday night for sure. So a great strike there. And here is Cruz Azul now. Oh, man, with just a great ball in, looking for Jimenez, and just missed him there on the other side of the box. A good chance there for Cruz Azul to get back into this one. 65th minute. Did I even start No, I didn't even start my my scoreboard. It's up there.
On there.
Oh my God, Nick, talk while I fix my scoreboard.
Sure. No, hey, and thanks, Jose, for letting us know about Fernando Arce, the USMNT player who's playing for Necaxa. I just did a quick search for him. Meanwhile, as Santos is taking a little goal kick, taking their time here on this one. Fernando Arce has been playing in Liga MX since 2014, just joined Necaxa this year. He's had a handful of call-ups for the U.S. under-20 team, but so far no senior call-ups. And at 24 years old, playing as a midfielder, defender, it's a very deep pool right now for the U.S. So I don't know if he's ever going to get that call-up, but definitely someone to keep an eye on. If Berhalter wants to bring some depth to the U.S. camp and to the U.S. squad, definitely a guy who might be able to slip in and get into a camp. Meanwhile, here we've got in the 60, just before the 66th minute rolls over, we've got a yellow card given to, I think that's Baca of Cruz Azul. Comes in hard, comes in low, comes in studs up, and the Santos player definitely gets in the correct position, steps in front of the ball, takes the brunt of the challenge, draws the yellow card. A kind of a smart play there. Play really wasn't going anywhere, but not so smart in the fact that he is still on the ground, a minute after that challenge comes in, and you getting looked at by the trainers here. So, Baca knew it when he went in hard that he was probably going to get the card and have the foul against him. But you know what, Mike? I guess that's what you got to do sometimes. You got to take the card, you got to take the foul. But unfortunately for the Santos Laguna player, he takes the worst part of it and is kind of going to be hobbling for a little bit, assuming he can continue here. So that's what we got so far, brother. What are you expecting here now as we get into that last 25-ish minutes of the game? Do you expect to see some more subs? Do you expect to see, some more attacking Santos Laguna? They're going to kind of turtle a little bit, park the bus maybe? What do you think here?
Yeah, I mean, I think Cruz Azul is going to be attacking here. There's no doubt about it. That opened things up for them. So I'm sure they'll be attacking, and will Santos be able to hit on the counter? I think that's probably the formula I see here for the last 25, 30 plus minutes here for stoppage time. And speaking about the USMNT side of things, Jan Stepp jumps in and says, yeah, now Hoppa is in the mix. Is it Hop? Is it Hope? Hoppa? I don't even know how to pronounce this guy's name. I had never even heard of him before until he got that hat trick for Schalke over there in Bundesliga. Never even knew who the guy was.
That's 4 goals in 2 games to start his Bundesliga career.
Not bad.
Something that he might be the first or only American to have a hat trick in the Bundesliga.
Yes, only American to have a hat trick in the Bundesliga. Pulisic couldn't do it. Reyna hasn't done it. And many of the other players in the Bundesliga that are American, which has been a lot of them, have not been able to do it. So good start for him now. Is that just kind of a flash in the pan? Or has this kid got some serious talent that can join that golden generation? Only time will tell. But I'll tell you, a hat trick, being the only American with a hat trick in the Bundesliga, will definitely get you called into a camp to see what you've got.
Oh, no doubt about it. And that's the problem you want to have as a national team. You want to have all these different players playing in these different leagues around the world and doing well and creating that competition in your camp. I think the only wrinkle in it for Greg Berhalter and U.S. soccer is he plays a very specific style. So you could have an American player doing very well for his club team, but maybe get overlooked for some other guys because he doesn't fit the exact style and system and tactics that Berhalter wants to play. But we're talking Liga MX tonight. We can definitely talk more USMNT rising stars in our episode tomorrow or in some future content.
Here comes Santos on the counter now. Valdez takes it down on the top of the box, takes a shot, and it goes wide. So there was a free kick for Cruz Azul there, and well played defensively there by Santos and spurred the counter, and Valdez almost added his second, but couldn't quite get it done, and it'll be a goal kick for Corona there. But this is exactly it, man. This is Santos just going to try and hit on the counter, and I think you're going to see a Cruz Azul team that's just going to be pushing hard in the offensive third, trying to get something done.
Absolutely. And yeah, he connects on it well. He gets some good pace on it. He took a peek. He's like, I don't know, can I go near post? But the Cruz Azul defender was able to block the near post, forcing him to go far post and pushing it wide. So now we got another Santos Laguna player who is down. I didn't see, they were showing the replay of the shot, so I didn't see if there was contact or if it was
fire.
Friendly fire. Uh-oh.
Yeah, 2 guys jumping up, 2 Santos players jumping up. And looks like Otero got the worst of it, but he's back up now, and the play has resumed with a long ball from the keeper, goes out for a Cruz Azul throw.
Do you think that if he knew that was his own player that did it and he was never going to get the foul call, do you think he would have jumped up quicker, Mike?
Usually in that type of scenario, yes. But I don't even think he saw it. That was a pretty nasty collision between the 2 of them there. So maybe he did actually have a little bit of pain.
Yeah, took a shot to the lower back there. So he'll be icing that down after the game, that's for sure, Mike. Meanwhile, Santos, I expected them maybe to be a little more defensive, at the very least, not have three guys pressing, but they haven't changed at all. They are still pressing Cruz Azul's defense, and I love it. I love it. Don't change what's working. You've held them 70 minutes now without a goal. Why would you sit back and allow them to start building some possession, stringing together some passes, and building some confidence and growing into the game? Meanwhile, nothing but frustration from the Cruz Azul coach, and nothing but frustration from the Cruz Azul players here, as that is number 4, who just comes in, no shot at the ball, and just takes down Valdez. I don't know if it was payback for scoring the goal, but definitely a little frustration in that challenge as well, because Cruz Azul starting to unravel a little bit here, Mike. Maybe it's time for some more subs. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they've had a little bit of pressure here, so maybe not. Maybe you give these guys another 5 minutes to see what they've got. They've had a couple chances. But yeah, I mean, you try and bring some offensive-minded players, take out some defensive-minded players. Santos free kick comes in, easily taken by Corona. So I'd say maybe another 4 minutes. Let's get to the 75th minute, see where we're at. And then, again, I don't know really what options Cruz Azul has on the bench. I don't really know the makeup of their team and what they've got everybody starting here. But here's a chance now. Cruz Azul into the middle. Nice tackle by Torres. Referee waves, play on. Cruz Azul player goes down like a ton of bricks. And long ball over the top on the counter goes out of play. It'll be another throw for Cruz Azul. But a good tackle there. Foot on the ball and right at the top of the box there by Torres. And,
excellent.
He's had a decent game as well, Santos Laguna. He's played well. He even took out one of his own guys, but he's played pretty well in this one.
Yeah, I gotta say, you got to give credit to the entire Santos back line there, and they show the replay here, Mike. That is great defending.
No, it looks like a foul. Yeah, there's the yellow card coming for Torres there. He goes diving in at a 50-50 ball, and the Cruz Azul gets to the player gets to the ball first, and that's a yellow for Torres. Just as I say, it was just late. He was definitely beat there. I believe it was Pineda beat him to the ball, and it was Rivero. Excuse me, Rivero, not Pineda.
And you're right, Mike. Like you should have praised him. I saw the replay on that brilliant goal-saving tackle, essentially, and he comes in hard, fast, and low, and he leans back and avoids contact and lets his feet clear the ball out. Meanwhile, in this one, you're right. He's just way late, comes in two-footed, and absolutely a yellow card there. Now we've got Cruz Azul with a free kick, which essentially it's a corner kick, maybe 8-ish yards up from the corner flag. Let's see if they put it in the
18. It's the top corner of the 18 there. So
there we go.
Better angle than a corner kick. Looks like a little bit of an in-swinger here, being sent in, goes to the back post, and Santos defensive player gets it cleared out here. So
just another wasted opportunity for Cruz Azul. They really got to take advantage of this. Now, again, I don't know who their top scorers are.
Just like the wasted opportunities they had in the Champions League against LAFC. I mean, they got played off the pitch by LAFC. Let's be serious, but they just couldn't get it done. The chances that they did have. Heithager comes in and says Santos Laguna versus Tigres would be a good match next week. It would. That would be a decent one. Again, we got to see what's going to be on FS1, FS2, that realm, and we'll see. We got to figure out our schedule for next week. But I really want to do that Monterrey Club America game Saturday night, as well as what's the Liverpool Manchester United Sunday morning. I want to tap into that EPL market. Yeah. I know we only did one EPL game on during coronavirus restart and didn't do so hot, but that was Brighton against, I believe, Arsenal. So we'll see. But here's a chance now. Santos comes in, goes for the centering pass, and to no one. Cruz Azul then kicks it out wide, but Santos sends another cross into the box, and now it'll be cleared by Cruz Azul. Oh, boy, that was a high one, and Santos gets their feet on it and kicks it out of play. They've got a player down. We'll see who the injured party is there, if we can get a jersey number on him. But Corona's just standing over looking at him. Oh, it's Otero. So Otero, who had a great first half, has not had a very good second half, and he falls over a sliding tackle by the Cruz Azul defender, and who is it? I can't tell. Number 23 for Cruz Azul, Aguilar. Aguilar with the sliding tackle there in the box. Otero took his shot, got it past him, and he's been shaken up now twice. Once by his own player, once by Aguilar. And Santos with a 1-0 lead in the 76th minute.
Whew. You know, you see the replay.
Cruz Azul.
You see the replay of that, Mike. You think they're taking a look? VAR's taking a look at that. I mean, it doesn't look like any check has been called down, but the defender comes in
here. Ball falls for Santos, and that'll be a handball.
There you go.
That's a handball. No, they're not. Yeah, that wasn't even close. Nope. Now we got some the Cruz Azul player there getting in the face of Cervantes.
Ooh,
a little dust up going over here. Liga MX, kind of like the NHL.
You gotta love CONCACAF affiliated leagues here, Mike. Well, you know how this all started here, right? You know, the ball got played out by Cruz Azul because of the Santos player who was down, and then Santos doesn't play the ball back to him. They take the throw in, and you know what? They just go on the offense. This wasn't like, you know, Cruz Azul took a throw in and tried to play it in a 50-50 area or whatever. They threw it directly to the Santos player. They threw it directly to the Santos player, and the Santos player, by all expectations, was just, you know, supposed to bomb it back to the defense or play it out for a goal kick. Instead, they go on the offense here, Mike. To me, this is some pretty poor sportsmanship. I mean, is it gamesmanship though?
It's Liga MX, man. It's Liga MX. What do you expect?
I have no expectations here, Mike. I had nothing coming. This is probably the first Liga MX game I've watched from opening kick to final whistle, and it's entertaining. I'll tell you that. I got to watch some more of them.
Hey,
as Rocky says,
Jay Jardine says, he chimes in on the chat, says, did I hear you guys are going to do a live EPL match? That is the hope. I am hoping to do the Liverpool-Manchester United game next Sunday at, I believe it's like 10 a.m. Central, maybe 9 Central. I don't know. I'll have to look at the timing on that one. But that's the plan, to do that, Jay. So make sure you come hang out with us. Well, at least just me, because Nick will be busy. So
I'm going to be a nice little church boy and be
there you go.
There. Getting some Jesus. It's the second coming. I got to build up some credit.
Nice. And then Rocky says, Ryan, still here? I don't know. Ryan, you hanging out with us still? He's a lot louder in the comments, so I'm guessing he's probably left. But here comes Cruz Azul now down the right-hand side. Rivero sends a cross into the middle, gets blocked out nicely by Santos and sent up the field. Here comes Valdez now with lots of space over on the right hand. He looks to cut into the middle. Nobody there, just takes his time. The counter's done. So now they'll just build up some possession, try to eat some more precious seconds off the clock, and just holding possession here in the attacking third. And now it's finally broken up there by Dominguez, the center back for Cruz Azul, sending a ball out wide. But that gets cut off. And now number 31, the substitute, Pineda in possession now, going out wide to the right. Back to Pineda in the middle. Pineda lays a little ball into the middle for number 24, Escobar. Escobar sends it up. Now back into the middle of the park, and Cruz Azul building that possession here in their offensive third to try and get a goal back and tie this one up. Jimenez with a shot, and it goes over the bar. No trouble there for the keeper at all, and a wasted chance again by Cruz Azul with plenty of those.
A really good spell of possession for them, though, that ended up with an okay shot. I mean, they got the ball into the dangerous area just outside the 18, dead center. But a terrible shot, a terrible finish. There was no way he was going to be able to turn around and square that up, put that on goal. He should have looked for other options. But you know what? Excellent build-up by Cruz Azul. However, I don't think they're playing with enough urgency here, Mike, to try and at least draw level. You saw that they had the ball, and the Santos Laguna defenders are trekking back. It was like a 4 or 5 on 7. if you were looking at kind of the player matchups there. So you needed to see some more Cruz Azul players breaking and streaking and getting into the offensive zone, and they just weren't doing that. So I don't know if they're just thinking, okay, we'll flip a switch in the last 10 minutes or so. Let's get some subs on the field and try to make a difference. Or if they're just kind of saying, all right, whatever, we'll play our game, we'll use our 5 attackers, and just hopefully that's enough. But I don't see the urgency coming out of Cruz Azul right now to try and get that equalizer, Mike. I don't know if you see the same thing.
We saw that exact same thing in the quarterfinal of the Champions League against Liga MX, against LAFC. I mean, they didn't have that urgency. You're like, guys, it's the 80th minute and 81st minute, and you're down by a goal. Like, it's not time to build possession. Like, get after it. Try and score a damn goal here. You haven't scored all night. Get after it. But that apparently is something they need to work on, and hopefully their new coach will be able to do that. So Jay Jardim says that he will be on for sure, loves the EPL, and Ryan is busy talking crap about Vanny. Yeah, agree. He hates Greg Vanny, man. I don't know what it is about that, but, man, Ryan, you want a Vanny outtake, go check out Ryan Anderson on YouTube. And Rocky, he's talking about, well, when Dempsey went to Seattle after Hotspur, I got mad and haven't really watched a game of the EPL until last year. So Rocky hasn't watched an EPL. You'll have to wake up early out there on the West Coast and come hang out with us, Rocky. And here's Santos now in possession, going up the field, looking for a cross into the middle, and there's a foul by the Cruz Azul player. We'll have a free kick for Santos. They'll be able to wipe another 30 seconds or so off this clock. And it's looking like this is going to be a 3-pointer for Santos Laguna.
Looks like it, Mike. Unless Cruz Azul can make some changes from the bench, or someone on the field decides to take it upon themselves and step up a bit, it looks like it's going to end 1-0 Santos. Now's a perfect time to look at some statistics here, Mike. Just basic stats. Possession's about even, right? Right now, it's 51-49 Cruz Azul after their recent spells of possession there. So it's been an even game, and it kind of passes the eye test as well. Very back and forth, and then Santos gets the break that they need. As far as shots, 11-8 in favor of Cruz Azul, 3 on goal Cruz Azul, 4 on goal Santos. So again, not a lot of quality opportunities here. 2 yellow cards apiece, 18 and 14 fouls. So it's a little bit of a physical game as we see, but give the referee and the sideline officials credit for making sure that the game doesn't get out of control. I don't think their presence has influenced the game. I think the no calls have been good no calls, and I think that they've been able to make sure more level heads prevail as tempers can kind of flare up in some of these games here, Mike. So we've got about 10 minutes left, 7 plus stoppage time here, and we'll see if Cruz Azul can do anything to draw level in the late stage of this game here, but I don't expect it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Santos with a decent chance in, but cleared out nicely by Cruz Azul. But I'm not seeing any offensive pressure by Cruz Azul. They had some the first probably in minute 10 through 25. They had some good pressure, but since then it's been just a lot of back and forth and more chances for Santos Laguna. So I'm not seeing anything out of Cruz Azul that would make me, if I'm watching this as a fan, I'm thinking, oh boy, this is not going to be a good start to the season here. For this team with the lack of offensive pressure that they've had in their Champions League run and as well here with this game against Santos.
That's for sure, Mike. That's for sure. And that's going to come with the new coaching staff trying to instill a different kind of culture in that team, a different kind of mindset when they get down or can get in these late stages of the game to say, we are still a quality team. We're still the better team, and we can score goals and get results in late stages of the game. We don't have to settle if things aren't going our way for whatever the score line is in the 80th minute or so. Hopefully he can do that. But you know what, Mike? You know what's really hard, and this is where I sympathize with these Liga MX players. A coach who lasts 3 full years in Liga MX is like the veteran of that of that coaching cycle, right? These guys get bumped after a year and a half, a year maybe. They hardly have time to really build anything substantial with their clubs. They seem to just kind of rely on the talent that's there at all times, and the organizations are just kind of bend to whatever the passion is of the fan base or the ownership in that moment in firing and hiring coaches. So maybe if you got a team that said we're going to commit to a coach for 4 full years, maybe they could build something. But I don't know. And maybe Liga MX doesn't want it the way that American sports organizations want to see their team stay on top, get those championship windows, so to speak. Maybe Liga MX teams, that's not the way they're built. But this is all something we get to see and learn as we continue to watch this league and grow into it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Liga MX, they kind of have the European model with the coaches. Like, what did you do for me tomorrow? They just kind of move on from coaches left and right. And MLS hasn't quite caught up to that, and I'm glad they haven't, because you just need a little bit of consistency, a little bit of time to work. Here's a chance now for Cruz Azul, and then given away. I mean, just unbelievable there. A run by Romo. He's got a player on the right-hand side. He can make the run himself, and he takes a long first touch, and it goes right to the Santos player. Just a disgusting run there. I mean, for a team that you've got a chance in the 86th minute, 87th minute, man, that's just trash. Here is that Dominguez? No, that's Rodriguez now, and a long ball over the top looking for Rodriguez, and it just runs right to the keeper there, Acevedo. Just really disappointed with what I'm seeing here from Cruz Azul. I mean, 2 guys going for a header, and it's just 2 guys running into each other. I mean, where's the communication? Where is? I mean, it's very disappointing to see this from Cruz Azul. Done 2 games for them now in the last few weeks, and not impressed at all. So, I mean, if I have anything to, say as far as this team and what's on the field, maybe a bottom playoff spot for them in this Clausura, maybe. But even that, I think, would be a stretch. Jay Jardim says TFC was pretty damn close to the European model of firing coaches in the dark ages. Yes, good God, TFC, man, they'd go through a coach every 6 months. In the beginning with Mariner and Carver and Mo Johnston and Preki and just, I mean, the list goes on and on. God, that was Jay. Why you got to bring me back to those horrible times?
Wait, Preki coached TFC at some point?
Preki coached TFC he was actually one of the longer tenured guys. I think he even got like a season and a half. He made the Champions League run where we made it to the semis against Santos Laguna. He was the head coach. Or was it Aaron Venter? Maybe it was Venter. I can't remember. They all seem to just run together now. But
I used to love Preki back in his SKC days. Well, SKC.
Preki was
Kansas City Wizard days.
So
yeah. Look, he had a bunch of USMNT caps. Like, that guy was he's kind of like one of those mythic U.S. soccer figures, I guess.
Yep. Well, another substitute here for Cruz Azul, 89th minute. Can they maybe get lucky and get a drawing goal? I don't think so. If I'm Santos, I'm feeling pretty good about this one. And Rocky says that jalapeno margaritas may be involved as well. Nice. That's good stuff. And he's in Tucson for the winter. So when I roam. When in Rome, is that
when in Rome?
When I roam, when in Rome. All right, well, Rocky, enjoy Tucson there, and when you get back to Portland, let us know when you're going to be live on Instagram there. And everybody who wants to follow Rocky on Instagram, check out his page at Talk and the Woods on Instagram. Throw your chat in there, Rocky, and let everybody know where to find you on Instagram there for all your Portland Timbers coverage.
Here we go, Mike. We're just into the 90th minute right now. Santos Laguna again bringing the ball up, taking full advantage of Cruz Azul's lackadaisical defending here. The best way to kill off a game is to do it in your opponent's half. And Cruz Azul is letting Santos come right on in. They're playing lackadaisical. and their pass forward then aren't even crisp. Like they're not even able. There's my drink talking. They're not even able to string 2-3 passes together to get the ball out of the back line and bring it forward a little bit. And even when they try, here we go, Pineda just gets caught for just a silly handball. Ball bounces up, he kind of arms it down, and frustration showing on his face, and I'm sure on the faces of Cruz Azul fans all over the world at this point right now, losing to what probably is an inferior Santos Laguna team on paper.
Yeah, on paper for sure. So 3 minutes of stoppage time we've got here. A foul now on Cruz Azul, a push or a dive, one of the two. And so there'll be a foul there. I believe it's Torres down on the ground there for Santos. He's getting a cramp, and maybe that'll buy a few more seconds out on the end at this one. But Jan Stepp says, bring back the Atomic Ant Javinko. God, I love Javinko, man. I mean, Nick, we don't have time to talk about my whole story now, but following that guy since he was a young kid in Italy, it was like a dream come true to have him on TFC and be the best player they ever had. But I think the time has passed for Seba in Toronto colors, that's for sure. But Jose Hernandez says, thoughts on Aaron Johansson probably will be called up for the next World Cup after scoring 12 goals in the Swedish league. He's quite forgotten in the USMNT, but he's breaking it in the Swedish league. Maybe that's a good thing to talk about on our next podcast episode tomorrow night. Maybe we break into a little USMNT talk to throw that into the notes there.
Yeah. My quick take on that is he's too old. He's 30. As great as he can be in the Swedish league, he's still a 30-year-old striker. The U.S. probably is going to go young. If you're going to get a 30-year-old striker, you're going to play Giassi's artist who already knows the system. So that's my quick take there.
There you go. And there's Rocky's handle there on Instagram. So go check out his Instagram site. And while you're there, go ahead and shoot us a follow as well at Sons of a Pitch Soccer on Instagram.
Right.
And all right, 92-21 on my clock. Cruz Azul's done nothing at all to get a goal here since about the 70th minute, except for one high shot over the bar from the substitute Jimenez, the young kid.
And this is where I want to just take it as we wind down here the game. Just want to thank everyone for jumping in on the stream with us. I had some great second half conversation here. Thank you, Rocky, brother BKL, Jose Hernandez, John Stepp, everyone, Height Hagger for jumping in. Luis, see you in Chicago. Appreciate a little bit of the EPL talk there. So thank you, everyone, for joining us, for helping us continue to grow these watch minutes. For anyone else out there who doesn't know us, we're Nick and Mike. We're the Sons of a Pitch. We're an American soccer podcast, an American soccer show. And if you want to support this channel and the conversation and growing soccer in the United States, I mean, we are on Patreon at SOPSoccer. We are on the Cash app. I think it's right above me here. $SOPSoccer. Use our referral code and get yourself some free money, or do a super chat, super sticker below. Support us that way. Thank you to Shar for her $5 donation early on in the show. These are all ways you can help support us and get some sweet new technology. That way I don't have the tracers like like they were saying they were seeing me here before.
We're going to have to, Nick, I'm going to have to show up at your house one of these days and try and fix your
I'm pretty sure it's
holes in your face right now, Nick. You're yellow when you have holes in your face.
Oh my goodness! It's the fluorescent lighting and this fine Mediterranean skin. That's all I got. That's all I can say at this point right now.
All right. Well, with that,
that's all I wanted to say.
Cheers
to everyone.
Cheers, everybody! It's been fun. Santos Laguna gets the victory, 1-0, with a goal by Valdez, a golazo, as Nick would very sparsely say. And
appropriately,
it's been lots of fun. Thanks for hanging out with us, Shar. Thanks for that $5 super chat early on in the show. Really appreciate it. The first ever Sons of a Pitch Soccer super chat. I'm sure there are many, many more to come. And until next time, everybody, see you tomorrow night. We will be at our regular podcast episode doing our drawing for our $250 Visa gift card, as well as I believe Nick and I will be recording some extra uploading that material for the rest of the week. and we'll go from there. So see you guys soon. I'll let y'all know with our live stream reactions for next week, hopefully by tomorrow. And everybody have a great evening. Enjoy your Monday.